Dennis fights for the rebound, tapped it out, and it'll belong to Minnesota.
He kicked the cameraman. He was really upset. Really upset. Went up in the air, came down on the camera. You thought he sprained his ankle.
Well, there's all kinds of equipment right there, and the cameraman is hurt. Now the man acts like he's dying.
Here they go, fighting for the ball. And that's where he comes up to the camera, steps on the camera. That's where he's upset.
Dennis says, I didn't do much.
Well, you can almost see the man is in some pain there. You understand that, but you can almost see dollar bills floating around there. One more look at it as we get ready to get back to action. Rodman looks like he's got the inside. Garnett over the shoulder, over the shoulder. Now Dennis fights for it out of bounds, and I think he steps on the camera and turns his ankle, and that's what upset him. Then he reaches out and gives him a kick in the leg.
Dennis is kind of smiling. I mean, it's...
Well, they have made a dramatic comeback to tie the score here against the Bulls, and the missed free throw now by Gugliotta.
He's got about 8 guys around him now. Well, let's take a look at a couple things as this guy lays on the floor.
Psychologically, you know, things run through someone's mind when a pro athlete does something to someone in the stands or a cameraman in this situation, so who knows.
Call the Bulls at 312-455-4000 or visit any Chicagoland Blockbuster video location for more information. We'll take a break. We'll come back. 3:44 left, and the Bulls and Timberwolves are tied at 71.
Tonight, their stop was in Minnesota, where the Bulls were trying to beat the Timberwolves, a team they had never lost to. 15 wins. You can make it 16 in a row tonight. But Stephon Marbury came out on fire, nailing his first 2 3-pointers. He had 14 in the first quarter. Despite the neck pain, Michael shows he can still play, going baseline around Marbury for the jam. 13 points for Michael. Second quarter, Kevin Garnett comes to life. The spin move around Rodman for the jumper. He had 14 by halftime. George Mikan in the crowd, the former DePaul star. The Bulls led it 57-49 after one half. Luke Longley played well tonight. 9 points for the game for Luke, is only his second game back after missing 22. We'll look at Marbury going all the way in for the lay-in off the glass, cutting the Bulls' lead to 2 in the third quarter. Then as Rodman fights Garrett for the rebound, falls out of bounds in frustration. He extends a leg at the cameraman. That's as far as I'm going to go. Norm and I will get into that a little bit later. They actually had to carry this guy off. Rodman could not believe it. What can you do, folks? End of the third, 79-75 Chicago. Fourth quarter, Tony Kukoc beating Jason Caffey. He lays it in with the harm, 96-78. Jason Caffey, what a game. 20 points for the Bulls tonight, and the Bulls wind up winning 112-102. Again, they only led by 4 points after 3 quarters, but they come out with a 19-3 run to begin the fourth quarter, and the final numbers 102. Bulls outscoring Minnesota 33-27 in that fourth quarter. Pippen winds up with 29. Michael had 23. Jason Caffey with 20. Kevin Garnett had 21. Stephon Marbury officially 21 for Minnesota. And the Bulls are now 15-3 on the road. And as we've said, They've won 16 of their last 17 games.
What was your angle of that Rodman incident with the photographer? Did you see that?
Well, first of all, it was one of those situations where guys are tumbling into the press. And, Dennis has had that confrontation before in the playoffs last year where there was an incident where he broke a camera by, hitting it with a ball. And I don't know what happened there, but it looked like he kicked the guy. It looked like he kicked the guy in the knee, and the guy suddenly got, falsetto. I don't know how it happened, and it was down at his knee, and it ended up in falsetto. But Dennis come back, and I said, Dennis, did you do that on purpose? And he said, he tripped me up on the thing. He said, I kicked him right above the knee. And I said, well, that's what I said. But, the referee said he was in a lot of pain, and he looked like he was in a lot of pain. And I hate to see that happen on the court.
All right, thanks a lot, Lou. And again, we're going to go inside the Bulls locker room, but I really want to address this Dennis Rodman issue right now. I promised we'd talk about it. I know it's going to be a big topic in Chicago tomorrow. Again, Dennis Rodman with 3:44 to go in the third quarter gets tangled up outside the baseline underneath the basket and allegedly kicked a photographer that was obviously wearing a press pass shooting the game. Let's show the play right now on videotape. Norm, I want your reaction, and who's at fault?
Well, I think right here, there's no one at fault. Basically, this is the name of the game, and actually, Dennis is, when you want to get down to it, it's the wrong guy. This guy wasn't involved. This guy sitting to the right of this cameraman's left. And let me tell you something, Steve, this happens every game. Someone's going to go into the stands or in the lower part because the NBA is going to put those seats on them around the floor with the camera people, the press people, and it happens. Now, quite a few other ball players run into camera people out there, and it happens almost every game. You can count on 2 or 3, 4 times it's going to happen. However, let me put it this way, it's quite often that Dennis seems to be confronting with someone underneath the bucket. I don't know. You want to get in trouble? Continue to kick and hit people. Then that's the way it goes. All I know is this, and I'm saying it from experience. I'm saying from what I see every day, so I don't need to be second-guessed by people out there, whatever the deal is. This happens all the time, but I don't see everybody else slugging people and kicking people.
Yeah.
I just don't see it. Now, I have had it myself. I have run into a camera guy where I had a camera that big, a lens on my leg and thigh, where I've hurt people and I've pushed and knocked people out of the way. But at the same time, Steve, it's a big issue. If we're going to make it a big issue, and at this point, I don't see a lot of people going in, slugging and hitting and knocking people out of the way. Dennis just seems to take it up a little more than usual, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand it, but actually, to tell the truth, he hit the wrong guy.
Yeah, obviously, and who knows how much this gentleman was hurt. We've been fighting about it in the newsroom. Whose fault? Did this guy really hurt? Who knows? Yeah. We can't say the guy wasn't hurt because who knows what the guy brought into the game, right?
Steve, the best way to have this done, and whether it's whose fault it is, who's hurt, and what's going on, is not to hit anybody.
Exactly.
That will end all the speculation and end all that, and that way you won't get into it. Because you are going to run into camera people. You are going to run into press people sitting underneath that bucket.
All right. Here's Dennis Rodman inside the Bulls locker room.
Head on, and go the right direction. He has a bright future. He wants to be a Magic Johnson, but a little thinner. So, but he has a great talent. He has a great talent. So, he don't talk trash like most of the young kids in this league. Like Marbury, I couldn't believe how many shots did he take tonight? Marbury.
Almost as bad as Iverson.
I can't believe that. Comes down and fired up. I'm like, that's the reason why you won't fucking win, because you shoot too damn much. He's not a team player. I think he was so concentrated trying to beat Michael Jordan, trying to outplay Michael Jordan. He forgot all about the damn concept of playing a team game.
That's what he said as soon as he came into the league. All he couldn't wait for anything to play Michael Jordan.
See, he need to go back to school and learn how to fucking get his head together.
Marbury?
Yeah. Quit worrying about trying to have personal goals with people in this league. That's not going to get you far in this league.
All right, Dennis Rodman right there, and we apologize for any profanity. Right, Dennis, a little fired up tonight, and sometimes he's worth talking to. Sometimes he is not worth talking to. When you hear the F word a couple times, he's not worth talking to, right?
Well, yeah, basically he's always worth talking to. It's just that we need, for our own sake, to bail on out, because it's very interesting at every given opportunity to talk to Dennis, but at times we just
certain individuals, right?
Can't share that type of adjectives that go along with it.
It was a tie game when that camera incident happened over there on the baseline. Do you think that broke up the flow of the game at all?
I don't know. It could have. Yeah. Thanks. It could have. They had the momentum at the time, and then I think 15-minute breather there, and kind of gave us a little rest and changed the momentum of the game.